I'm not gonna lie, I was planning to make no videos today because I still have something of a cough/chest infection thing, but you know what, every time I try and get out, they draw me back in. They draw me back in with the promise of weird looking monsters, and that's exactly what's happened today because Games Workshop have unveiled this, the Darkoath Army set. Now there was a little bit of cheeky revealing done over the weekend, which thinking about it I meant to cover yesterday but I was too ill. Look, it's fine, we'll get round to it, alright, we'll get round to it. One day we'll take a look at those miniatures, but this takes precedent, okay, because within this army set there is something that has very much piqued my interest. So if we scroll down a little bit here, there's a new army box, a full-on new Darkoath Army Box, along with a Battletome Supplement, it's worth pointing out, and you'll notice that in this army box, there's some sort of creepy lad up the top right there. There's some sort of weird monstrosity, some sort of girthy freak, you may notice, with a bunch of spikes sticking out of him, and that primarily is what has really got me interested. Although I will say, this does look like a decent box. In fact, funnily enough, it doesn't seem all that dissimilar from the Cities of Sigmar box that we saw not all that long ago. I will also say at this point as well, the rate at which we're getting new army boxes feels a bit like that scene from Pacific Rim where he's like, we had one in this many months and then two in this many months, and by my calculations we'll be seeing 4 army boxes every week from next year onwards. It feels very much like that, which isn't necessarily a complaint, but God, there's a lot of stuff to keep up with, isn't there? There's a lot of stuff to keep up with. So, this is the Darkoath Chieftain on horseback. It was horseback? On Warsteed. Sorry, I really threw some disrespect on the Warsteed there. Horseback? No, this is no mere horse. This is a Warsteed. Quite a scary horse, to be fair. Pretty scary horse. I mean, the sort of pauldrons? Do horses have shoulders? That seems like something you should know the answer to just instinctively, but I don't know why you would, and I don't know whether I want to Google, do horses have shoulders? But then again, I mean, in the name of research and science, perhaps that's something that should be looked into. The answer seems to be yes, they do have shoulders. Literally nobody cares. Why did I bother? So, the pauldrons, because he does have shoulders, and so therefore, that is where pauldrons go. This is just a nightmare. Anyway, the Warsteed looks really good. I really like the arm that it's wearing. It looks suitably scary and terrifying, very chaosy. The number of trophies, number of heads dangling off the bridle there is fantastic. Overall, pretty decent. He is standing on a rock. Now, is it the fault of the guy riding the horse, the Warsteed, sorry, or is it the fault of the Warsteed that he's standing on a rock? I would argue that the rider is the one who makes the decisions as to where the Warsteed goes, so therefore it is the Darkoath Chieftain who is done the unforgivable and decided to stand on a tactical rock. But then again, it does look pretty cool. It's got some added detail. There's a little bit of like wood or antler down there, a little bit of bird skull. It looks nice. I do like the overall attitude of that. It's very sort of barbarian raider, you know, which obviously is what the Darkoath are kind of based off, very Conan the Barbarian-esque, which is intentional, obviously. The inspiration is clearly there, but it's a look that doesn't really get old, does it? It doesn't get old. Rocking the shaved head with the very long top knot like that. Also the sheer amount of weaponry he's carrying. There's like a staff, he's got an axe, there's some sort of glaive or sword going on there as well. I do like the fact that he's got his pack rolled up behind him too. Little details like that do a lot. Yeah, he's good. Now, this is what really got me going. This is the Wilderfiend, and I love this. What an unmitigated freak. What an absolute freak show. So, the lips should not peel back that far. Like, that top lip is peeled back way too far on that gun. That's absolutely horrendous. The amount of spikage on this thing is fantastic. It looks really, really gnarly. Also, the fact it's got a belt, like a full-on belt with stuff dangling off it. Like, this has like trappings of intelligence, you know what I mean? We're going to have a look and see whether it is in fact just an intelligent creature, because it sure kind of looks like it, even though it does also look incredibly nightmarish. I do love the way the horns on the head kind of form this sort of crown almost. Very cool model. There's lots of nice texture all over the skin, lots of different scars and bumps and wrinkles, like that a lot. On the feet, it almost looks like there's other claws kind of growing out the side of the foot, which is kind of gross, but also a nice bit of extra added detail. Yeah, I do like this. The bandages wrapping around, like the cloth wrapping around the wrists, and then having those extra bits. Like, you've got that big sort of blade on one side. That's fantastic as well. And it almost looks like there's a little bit of neck or head protection going on there. Part of that necklace that it's wearing with the piece of wood coming down the middle. I really like this. I really like it. So the all-pervasive allure of chaos is too strong for some Darkoath heroes to resist, and the Wilderfiend is what becomes of a powerful mortal champion whose ambitions outstrip their abilities. They earn the enmity of their dark patrons for breaking one of their oaths, and were changed forever as a result. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I do like the fact that they seem to stay with the tribe as well, like their tribe. They stay with them and watch over them as kind of, almost like guardians, but in a shameful way. Oh, that's really cool detail. I really like that. That's really fun. It's like a less horrific version of becoming a Chaos Spawn, almost. Kind of. I say less horrific. I mean, there's a more sensible number of limbs going on, and your mouth hasn't become like one giant eye, or your eyes haven't become extra mouths. So I guess in a way, slightly less horrific. And there's a moral. There's a lesson there as well. Don't break your oaths, or you end up as this. Not ideal. Not ideal. At the very least, it looks like we've got an additional head option as well, which is fun. I have to admit, I prefer the one that's already been sort of shown off on the main model there, but the fact that there are different options is nice. Different kind of decorations around the neck as well. Cool. I mean, a little bit of modularity in a kit like this, which is ostensibly just a big gribbly monster. Like, I like the options there. That's cool. We also have some new Darkoath Marauders as well. It looks like there's going to be 20 of these in the big old box. I mean, again, it's very kind of... It does feel quite like that sort of tropey fantasy barbarian feel, which I really like. The round shields look really cool. The fact they're made of metal instead of wood is... I don't know, I quite like the kind of forged aspect of them. A nice kind of uniform loadout, but there are still little details here and there. They all seem to have 2 weapons, which is a fun touch. Kind of similar gear as well, similar clothing, but all of it is slightly personalised in one way or another. Not everyone has got exactly the same on. There's like little choices between the different models. Yeah, they look pretty solid. Also, that banner is hardcore. Look at that. Good grief. She's got some arm strength on her to be wielding that. Jeez. It's interesting that they've specified here that they can wield spears or a variety of one-handed raider weapons. I wonder if, when it comes to building them, you can give them, you know, sword and board, or axe and board, or just stick with the spear and the shield. Like, I really hope you do get that amount of choice. Also, loving the 50-50 split. There are 5 male bodies and 5 female. Hell yeah, let's go. The Darkoath don't care about any of that. All they care about is that you are ripped and you can hold a weapon, all 3. Excellent work. Love it. And then we have the cavalry in the form of the Fellriders. Again, really cool banner. I do like that repeated motif of like the sort of demon head or demon skull with the horns protruding out. Really like that. I also love the symbols painted on the horses. Now, obviously, that's something that's been done by the artist who's painted these models, but yeah, I really like that detail, and I kind of hope that more people do that. Again, a lot of that kind of muzzle, or like, yeah, muzzle armor for the horses. Really like that, and those breastplates. Oh, great. The fact they mimic the banner so well, it's a really nice touch, really nice kind of cohesive look to them. See, they could have done... On the Marauders, they could have made the shields all covered in demon faces, but I feel like that would have overdone it. The way they've done it here, where those details are on the cavalry but not on the infantry, I actually really like that, because it's not spreading that idea like too thin or too far. And again, the riders look absolutely fantastic. They look great. Oh, I'm really liking this army. I'm really liking what they've done here. Really good. So yeah, light cavalry who chuck a few javelins in and then charge in to finish them off with broadswords. And variety of head shields, patrols? I don't know what that means, I'll have to Google that. And horsey face masks, plus a choice of javelins, all blades for the whole unit. Okay, awesome, great. And enough stuff to build a champion musician and an icon bearer. Oh, I'm loving this. Loving it. And there we go, the Battletome Supplement, Darkoath, which is a supplement for Battletome Slaves of Darkness, obviously. I say obviously, you might not play AOS, so you might not know that Darkoath are part of Slaves of Darkness. Either way, now you know. This is a nice touch as well, by the way. The Battletome Supplement will be available as a free PDF download shortly after launch. Love it. Yes. More of that, please. So there you go, new Darkoath stuff, and it looks fantastic. It looks great. Oh, in fact, look, hang on. We can see right here in this image, yes, you've got the choice of the swords and whatever for the Marauders, because there's a few of them with It looks like we've got one with a couple of banner and an axe, and then we've got sword and shield, and yeah, okay, cool. So you can outfit them pretty much however you want. That's perfect. That's all I wanted. I'm glad I noticed that right at the end. I bet a lot of you were sat there going, you know, the picture that you showed at the start, it very clearly showed the thing that you were hoping for, and it would be nice if you noticed that before the end of the video. Well, I did. So it all worked out in the end. It was all good. Let me know what you think of that lot in the comments down below. I am going to go and have a lie down because I now feel dreadful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. The intros are still getting better. They're getting there. They are getting there.